Every year, the Select Board lays out a list of goals that will set policy direction for town government and guide the development of the budget. At its meeting on Tuesday, August 17th, the board adopted its 2022 to 2023 goals and discussed additional items that have been brought to the attention of some board members. Municipal producer Yu Xiaowin has the report.
The board set goals in 7 areas to make Needham livable, economically vital, accessible and connected, healthy and socially thriving, safe, responsibly governed, and environmentally sustainable. Some priorities are continuing efforts, which involve the use of Ridge Hill and Nike site, the renovation of the school administration building and other school facilities, the Chestnut Street redevelopment, and moving forward with the recommendations from the Needham Unite Against Racism Initiative, or NUARI. New goals include zoning changes for outdoor seating, evaluating the feasibility of a quiet zone, and developing plans to use the federal COVID relief fund in infrastructure, small businesses, public arts, and public health.
It's really a full-fledged effort to get that business item done. And there are many ideas out there that people want to see on it, and it's our job to look at those ideas and rank them and cull them or triage them and say, you know what, this is a good idea, but right now we don't have the bandwidth or capacity, especially with COVID and coming out of COVID.
The board had a lengthy discussion on the 17 additional items for consideration, especially on item 14 that includes hiring a consultant to review Needham's policing policies and help rewrite operations guidelines. The majority of the members thought it repeats the town's ongoing effort on law enforcement improvement. They referred to NUARI's recommendations and Tidwell report. Boston attorney Natasha Tidwell was hired by the town to conduct an independent investigation into Needham police officers' actions when they mistakenly detained Marvin Henry for shoplifting in January 2020.
Drawing on the NUARI recommendations, the Tidwell report, community input, his own professional background and resources, input from this board and the town manager, the chief developed a pretty lengthy list of changes that he either implemented or is seeking to implement in the current year. A number of those are contained within the text of item 14. And I guess what I'm suggesting is not that we're at end result, but we should see how those, what success and other issues are identified in the work of the coming year, and then we'll have further review and there will be further changes.
Lakshmi Balachandra, who proposed the item, said it is important to bring in an outsider's perspective.
You have just said that you're just waiting for the police chief to come back, and this is based on a department that may have had some issues that we recognize now, and to then just expect the police chief, which I don't think is really fair to the police chief, honestly, from a management perspective, to have, that individual have to come up with all the answers. So what I'm proposing, what this idea would be, is really to help the police department themselves to understand what changes, should we be making. We're not experts. I mean, none of us in this room are experts in policing or in police reform.
Mr. Henry has filed a lawsuit against the town and 5 Needham police officers. The litigation is still in its early stages. Then Matthew said because of the lawsuit, the consultant would have very limited access to information.
I don't see how you can thoroughly talk candidly with each and every person that you would want to talk to in order to get the best factual information you can get until after while the litigation is going on.
The board voted not to list this item on its goals, with 2 in favor and 3 opposed. The draft of the goals can be found in the August 17th Select Board meeting packet on the town website. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.